I'm live now. Hello chat, what's up? How's it going, everyone? Woken Solly fan, what's up? I'm going Andrew Wright. Nader, no, I'm not going to be watching the movie. I already watched it. Today, we're going to be discussing the movie and the comic and talking about, like, differences, which is better and stuff like that. First, I do want to get into a bit of, like, news that happened this week for comics before we start talking about Gotham by Gaslight. How's it going, Full Court Press? Mr. Deeds? How's everyone doing? So, one of the big things that happened this week was we got the announcement of Marvel doing their own rebirth, which, surprise, surprise, who would have thought that? No one saw that coming. Of course, they're doing a rebirth, thank God, where they're restoring classic characters. They're doing a lot of interesting things now, bringing back old characters just like Rebirth. They're starting at new #1s, which will no doubt boost sales, because it always does. Every time they restart and do new #1s, it always boosts sales. But I'm happy with this. If you guys haven't seen it, I tweeted it out. They did like a little trailer with CB, however you say his last name, I don't remember his last name. The new head of Marvel Comics that's been talking about everything he's going to be doing. He talked about how it's like, it's a new interesting thing, biggest thing we've done since Marvel now. And then Joe Quesada was like, yeah, it's going to be cool. And they got new creative teams. I haven't really looked at any of the new creative teams besides I saw like Jason Aaron, I think, is head of Avengers now, which is interesting because Jason Aaron's one of those guys, like when I first discovered him, like I loved Jason Aaron, and then he kind of went downhill on some things, but he still does some good stuff. Hey Adam, what's up? Do you see Justice League? Yeah, I've seen Justice League. But yeah, so I'm excited for the future of Marvel right now. One of the sad things that happened this week was announced that Benjamin Piercy, the guy that writes Green Arrow, is going to be writing. He's going to be writing Nightwing, which sucks because the current run on Nightwing, which is just one story arc by Sam Humphries, is amazing. Cebulski, yeah, that dude. But it's amazing, the current run on Nightwing. If you haven't read it, like, they kicked off Tim Seeley and Sam Humphries is on it right now. The art is great, the writing is fantastic. New issue came out Wednesday. I haven't been able to go to the comic shop yet. I'm gonna actually pick it up today and read it, but it's been so good. And I was like, yes, I love this guy helming Nightwing now. Sam Humphries is amazing. And then it was announced that, like, right after the story arc now, that Benjamin Piercy's gonna be picking up, and I'm like, no, like, Benjamin Piercy isn't a bad writer from what I've seen. He's not bad. He does some really, like, far SJW stuff, but he's not the worst. But it's just the fact that Sam Humphries was so good. It's like, why is he not staying on Nightwing? Please, I want him on Nightwing. How's it going, Dynamite? What's up? But yeah, it sucks that he's getting kicked off. So that was kind of it for, like, the comic book news this week, I think. I don't think there's much other big stuff besides the fact that Marvel's doing their own rebirth thing. And Nightwing is getting a new writer with Benjamin Piercy. Because, yeah, I didn't care for Teen Titans. Like, he wrote Teen Titans. All I've ever read from Benjamin Piercy is Green Arrow stuff, which was, he did some good Green Arrow stuff, but he also did some really stupid Green Arrow stuff. So he's like an okay writer. But yeah, it sucks because Sam Humphries' Nightwing is so good. Seriously, if you have not read it, it's one of those things that, like, you need to pick up and trade when it comes out in trade, because it's just one story arc because he's getting kicked off after this. But it's really good, and the art's so good too. I'll probably make a video on it once it's done. IDW News: Transformers books are getting rebooted. Is G.I. Joe getting rebooted? Because I want G.I. Joe to get rebooted so bad. We've got like a female Snake Eyes right now, and real Snake Eyes is still dead, and it's like, why bring back Snake Eyes? But yeah, so anyways, today we're gonna be talking about Gotham by Gaslight, the movie and the comic. So let's go. What's going on? 2D. So anyways, yeah. We're going to be talking about the book and the movie, comparing the two, and I hope you guys, well, how many of you guys have read the book and how many of you guys have seen the movie in the chat? Yeah, I know Harley Quinn's getting an animated series. It's so stupid, but it's whatever. Isn't it on, like, DC's new streaming service or whatever? How's it going, Aaron? But how many of you guys have read and or watched the Gotham by Gaslight? Main G.I. Joe series continuity is getting a soft or hard reboot. No clue about you haven't read or seen it, Adam? What the heck? Saw a film, couldn't get a hold of the paperback. That sucks. You read a summary? I mean, that's the best thing to do, like, honestly, for the streams. Like, if you can't get a hold of the book, just read the summary. Okay, so the book and the movie are a lot different. Never interested you. Well, it's really good. The book's really good. The movie is not bad either, but they're a lot different. I feel like the book does most things better. How much have you missed? Not much, Jeremy. I've been streaming for 5 minutes. Haven't even gotten into Gotham by Gaslight yet. Just been talking about like the comic news that happened this week. Your city doesn't have a comic up, so you have to watch the movies. That sucks. Well, I'll do a video later on what's it called? On freaking where to buy comics stuff. I already did one, but I'll do an updated version on where to buy comics. Try to help people. But anyways, so there's a lot of difference between the movie and the book. The movie's good. The book's really good. There's just the book. I wish that like the book would have done something that the movie did, and I wish the movie would have done a lot of stuff that the book did. There was like interchangeable things there where like, oh, they could have learned from each other, but you know, the book came out way before the movie. Hey, what's up, Mr. Green Beanie? So have you seen the movie? Beanie, have you seen seen the movie and read the book? I'm assuming you've read the book. I don't know if you've seen the movie. And you play Fortnite? Not on this stream, man. This is all about talking about comics. So, spoilers, obviously. Like, it's a movie that comes out directly to Blu-ray, so I don't really have to give a spoiler warning because it's been out on Blu-ray for like almost a month now. But anyways, there's your spoiler warning if you haven't seen Gotham by Gaslight. The spoilers. And the book like has been out forever, so it's true if you haven't. But anyway, so the main thing that I liked about the movie better than the book was the twist. Because in the book, the guy who does it is Bruce Wayne's uncle. And it's not like, it's not... Yeah, I that's pretty much how I feel. I thought the movie was pretty good, but not as good as the book, but far better than the last few DCEU movies. That sums up pretty much exactly how I feel. It's getting more of a return to form for DC movies, but it wasn't anything spectacular, and the book is much better. So, the main thing that sucked about the book, because the book is really good besides one part, which is the twist, and the fact that there is no twist. They introduce pretty much just one person that could be Jack the Ripper, and it's Batman's uncle, and surprise, surprise, it turns out to be Batman's uncle. Like, it's not a twist at all in the book. The second he is introduced in the book, you're like, oh, he's Jack the Ripper. And then the entirety of the book does nothing to convince you otherwise. The rest of the book never gives you like anyone else to be like, oh, maybe it's this guy. Nope, never. They completely like set it up to be his uncle, and that's what sucks. Because it could have been so much better. Because the twist of the movie is much better. And the movie, it's Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon is Jack the Ripper. I was like, oh man, that's really good. I was able to predict it, but it was like I felt like I sort of earned it. It wasn't like, oh, that's easy, it's Jim Gordon. Like, I had to think. The movie made me think, and I was like kind of proud of the fact. I was like, oh man, I was right about that. Unlike in the book where you're like, oh, it's his uncle, and it was like, oh wow, surprise, it's his uncle. And this was like, you went through things, you sort of like actually thought about things. You're like, okay, it's got to be Jim Gordon. And then in the end, I was right. I was like, yes! Like, I was actually proud of myself for getting that right, because the movie actually made me think, and I like that. To where the book doesn't make you think at all. It's just like, oh, here's Batman's uncle, whose name is, like, Jacob something, and he calls him Jake, and it's like Jake and Jack. It's like they're interchangeable. So it's like, even the name of the guy is like, very similar. So you know, like, the costume Batman wears looks stupid. No, it's great. In the book, it's great. The animation in the movie was a little iffy. Like, at parts, Batman looked like he was built weird, which was odd. No, I don't drink alcohol. But, let's see. Fortnite anytime soon? Not anytime, well, maybe on Twitch, I don't know. What's up, Spider-Man? So, anyways, I'm getting distracted by chat, just like last stream. The book, trying to think of what I was trying to say here. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So, a huge part of the book and the movie differentiate is the fact that in the movie, Catwoman is a huge part of the movie. Like, she is an integral part of the movie. To where in the book, she's nowhere to be found. And I felt like that was not really that much of a strength. Really wouldn't bet. The fighter was trained to fight. I thought that kind of limited Jack to either being Gordon or Harvey, in my opinion. I felt like it didn't really limit it too much. Because it made you think about, like, Gordon was, like, one of the least likely people. I felt like they did try to set it up to where it was, like, Harvey Dent. It wasn't the hardest thing to figure out who it was, but I felt like, we had the same problem with the helmet, where it tries to animate Mignola art, it looks weird. Yeah, it did look really weird, because the art in this book is so good. Like, Mike Mignola is just fantastic. That's the best part of the book, is the art, and something that the movie missed out on, which was sort of the characterization of Gotham City and building up how Gotham City was sort of like a character in the book, to where in the movie it's just like everything looks the same. There's nothing really unique to Gotham. It just looks like a normal, like, old-timey city. It wasn't that interesting. To where in the book, it's like Gotham itself is much more interesting. And again, Catwoman, I felt like I wasn't the biggest fan of Catwoman in this movie. I didn't hate her, but she didn't really add a whole lot. I was like, Catwoman's just kind of whatever. It wasn't that interesting to me. So yeah, I felt like they didn't need to add Catwoman like they did in the movie. So I felt like the change of Jim Gordon being the bad guy was a good change, especially considering the book was so predictable. I wish they would have had Batman's uncle in the actual movie and then changed it to Jim Gordon to actually sort of do a aha, gotcha. You thought it was going to be like the book, but it wasn't. Because this is one of the few times I actually like a change from the book, because generally when they do these anime movies or movies in general that are just based off comics, they change something, I'm like, there's no reason to change it. But this, there's actually good reason, because in the book it's so bad, the twist. But the actual book itself is really good. It's solid. I love the reason. I like the reasoning for Batman's uncle, why he did everything, better than the reasoning for Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon just being like, they're all whores, and then him being like, well, the wives are the worst whores of all, and like that was kind of stupid. And so yeah, it was better than the. I thought I liked the book's reasoning better. What does that stand for on your shirt? It stands for hope. But I liked it better than in the movie, because in the book, you don't know who it is yet, but I mean, obviously you know it's Batman's uncle, but they haven't told you yet, and you're just hearing like this. You like get to read inside the guy's mind, where he's like the laughing. I must stop the laughing, but I've got to wait till nighttime. I can't stop the laughing yet. Like, you're inside the mind of this maniac, where he's talking about like he has to silence the laughing. So like just some woman is laughing at him. You don't know what woman's laughing at him or why, but he has to silence it. So he goes and he kills like a woman whenever he wants, just so that way he can silence his laughing. And then in the end, you learn it's because Martha Wayne rejected him and laughed at him, and he was the one behind like the Wayne's murder. He hired someone to kill them because of that. And so I like that reasoning better than Jim Gordon's just being like, oh, I'm basically a cult leader, and women are whores, and wives are the worst whores of all, and blah, 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 blah. Like, that one I didn't really care for as much. It wasn't bad, but I liked the reasoning in the book better. And yeah, so what did you guys think of the movie compared to the book? Yeah, because I feel like the reveal of Gordon was a lot more like, wow, I didn't think they'd go there. Because Gordon's always been like the golden boy, to where like he's no matter what, like in Batman, the consistency is Gordon is always a good guy. He's always a reliable guy. So to make him this far off the deep end was really good. Book always better. Yeah, I agree. The book was better. The art is just like, because I reread it today. It's so short, but the art is so good. Especially, I love, let me see, show you this page right here, where like Jack just claims a victim, and you see Gotham City behind him, and you see the newspaper. Yeah, excuse my really messed up hands. That's from working at Papa John's. Like, there's this stuff we use that like my hands have like a allergic reaction to, and they get all like completely screwed up. But yeah, that part right there where Jack claims a victim, and you see Gotham City behind him, and the blood, and it's just a silhouette. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Didn't they? Oh no, they didn't. They just did it. They did what was it? I thought for a second, I was like, oh, they did. They already did a Red Son anime movie. No, they didn't. They did an animated comic for Red Son. Yeah, the art in this book is so like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, and of course the writing's really good too. The thing that's different about this book from a lot of Batman books is the fact that we're not inside Batman's mind throughout the entire thing. Like, very rarely do you actually get a peek into Batman's mind of what he's thinking, which was interesting, because generally, like, every Batman comic, you're always hearing, like, what Batman's thinking, like, what he's going to do. To where this, you don't know what Batman's thinking, what's going on in his mind. But I love the setup of the world of Gotham by Gaslight. And also, if, like, I wish we would have gotten some more books by Gotham by Gaslight. They even set up the Joker. Maybe we did get more books, and I just haven't read them. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it that we got, like, really bad spinoffs to this. Like, hardly anyone knows that there's a Kingdom Come, too, because it's so bad. Oh, yeah, the like, canceled footage for the Gotham by Gaslight game was amazing. It looks so cool. I wish we would have actually gotten it. But, yeah, so I felt like the movie didn't really do it was a good movie, but didn't really do the book justice. because it kind of it like went so far off course. Do I feel like all they needed to do was change the twist from Batman's uncle to Gordon? I felt like that would have been a lot better if they would have just done that. Because the whole, I understand where they were going with the whole Catwoman angle, but I don't think it added too much. Like, what did you guys think of Catwoman in the movie? Did you guys feel like she was a really good addition? Like, she helped improve it over the book? Or do you feel more like me, where it was just kind of so-so and it didn't really change that much? What do you guys think of Catwoman in the movie? For those who saw it, that's what I really want to know. Because that was the part where it's like, there was no reason to really add her here. I didn't feel like there was like a reason at all. Yeah, the art is really good. What did you guys think? She's okay, yeah. Not really any strong. I mean, I love Selena when written well, but here she wasn't written that well to me. Love how it did its own thing. Didn't feel under pressure to follow all the lines. I agree there to a certain extent, but I felt like they would have done a bit more. Teen to character. No, it didn't have an awkward sex scene, Andrew. Let's see. You can see the criminal's perspective against Batman. We sort of got that, I think, in the let's see. Well, I gotta read for it. I want people to make a Batman book where you can see the criminal's perspective against Batman. I think we sort of got that in well, we got some of that in Batman the Animated Series, and we also got it, I think, in that Batman movie where it was a bunch of like 15-minute shorts. It came out like around the time like after Dark Knight. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Batman Dark Knights or something like that. I thought Catwoman was alright, but she seemed really mad and unreasonable throughout the film. I agree there. There was a lot of weird, just like, haha, I'm Catwoman sort of thing. Like, she felt kind of like Rey in the beginning of The Force Awakens, where she's like, stop holding my hand, like that sort of deal. Like, kind of annoying. I did love how Jack just beat the crap out of Batman like every time they fought. Like every time they fought, he got his ass kicked. Like Batman got his licks in, but Batman got his ass kicked. I like that. I thought that was pretty cool because you almost never see that. Almost always in animation, Batman is the best of the best, and he just destroys everyone, and he's like a god. But in this, he wasn't. He felt like more like an actual human, like he's supposed to. I was like, oh, I like that. I also love how Jim Gordon in the end just runs it, like walks into the fire, sets himself on fire. I was like, oh damn, that's dark. Because up until then, I was like, why the hell did this movie get an R rating? I don't get how this movie got an R rating. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, they didn't really show him killing anyone. Nothing beyond, like, what we'd seen in other, like, PG-13 animated movies, like Under the Red Hood. Like, there's nothing that, like, that gets R rating. And then he goes and walks into fire. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can understand the R rating now. Catwoman was way too overrated. Hate that they killed off Poison Ivy. I wouldn't say Catwoman was overrated. I just didn't care for her in this book. Why is Gordon killing people? Because he's just like got that cult mindset of women are whores and blah blah blah, and like when they all deserve to die. He was like extremely messed up with that. I love the scene with his wife where she's like, he's gotta burn the crazy out. I was just like, holy crap, that lady's insane. I think they could have cut out a lot of pointless scenes, and Catwoman was a huge weak point. Love Jack was part of the movie. I agree with you there. I think she was a weak point. I think that Jack definitely was the best part. Think we'll ever get a DC animated movie without Batman in it? We seldom do get those. Occasionally. I think it's weird how the movie never resolves Bruce Wayne's status as a criminal, though. Yeah, it doesn't. Because, like, they never actually catch Jack. He kind of just escapes prison. Yeah, they just don't. I didn't even think about that. Like, they never tie that loose end up. Tim and Dick and Jason, no. Yeah, I liked how they were all, like, the little... they didn't really do anything, but I liked how they were all the orphans. All the Robins. That was pretty cool. It's the guy burning alive. It's seen worse. I mean, I agree there, but that part, I was like, okay, I could understand how to get a R rating there. If they do a Creeper Jack Ryder movie, it should be right R. Yeah. The evidence Gordon was Jack, but who's gonna believe him? Like... they have, like, the thing was they never, like, showed any of it. Like, they never showed how they would know any of this stuff. Because there was evidence at Jim Gordon's house. Like, he had that weird layer where it's like, okay, this shows that he's Jack the Ripper. But, like, they never showed the police going there or anything like that. I have loved Jack to kill Catwoman. Yeah, I felt like that would have added so much more if at the end of the movie he actually kills Catwoman. Because during the entirety of the movie, like, he doesn't kill anyone Bruce loves or cares about at all. So I felt like that would have added an extra layer. Also, I didn't care for the storyline of Harvey cheating on his wife with Catwoman, and then Catwoman likes Bruce. And nah. Where'd you get your hoodie? I want it. I got it from Walmart. Like, that's the thing. Like, 90% of the stuff I wear, I got from Walmart. I found it really odd that they had guards in the Mark Theater, but not the mental asylum. And the most of the streets were empty when Jack appeared, but were crowded during any other time. They did have guards though. Remember, they were shooting at him as they were escaping in the balloon, so they did have guards. But I agree that the streets just constantly being empty was a little weird. It wasn't like in the book where Jack would wait for them to like go down like an empty place. It was just always a crazy nerdgasm when I saw Jason with red hair. This movie deserves 100% Rotten Tail for acknowledging Grant Morrison's retcon. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I agree. That still to this day shows like how messed up Bruce is that he made Jason dye his hair. That is like the second best Jason Todd story of all time, is that volume of Batman and Robin, where he comes back with that freaking crazy girl. Hush had the best twist. How come they haven't adapted Hush yet? They need to adapt Hush. It would need to be like probably a 2-parter because that book is huge. But I feel like they'd butcher Hush if they did it. I feel like they'd butcher it really bad. I'd love it for it. That's my favorite Bruce Wayne Batman story. I'd love for them to adapt Hush. You thought I was a troll. But yeah, because that's my favorite Superman book. Love an animated TV series based on the world maybe before Jack, so it builds attention. I feel like that maybe, but that could be also very boring. If Woody Harrelson was a Batman villain, who would he be? Woody Harrelson was a Batman villain. I don't know. I don't know who Woody Harrelson would be a good Batman villain is. I don't know. Have to take more time to think about. That's the thing that sucks whenever I get asked questions like that on stream, like that I need to think about. Haven't done. They probably wouldn't be able to translate Jim Lee's amazing villain. I doubt they'd be able to translate Jim Lee's art. I see you, 2D. Thanks for stopping by stream, man. I feel like there's hardly any animated movies that have been able to translate like the art of the book well. I feel like Batman Year One did it well. Superman Batman Public Enemies did it well. Trying to think of what else. Friggin' like Batman on the Red Hood had good animation, but it didn't even try to like translate the art from the book. Like, it didn't even go for it. Like, it was good, but it didn't go for the art of the book at all. Like, it didn't go for Doug Mankey or anything. Or any of the other artists. You think Batman is more of a pasta guy or Chihuahua guy? I don't know, man. Woody Harrelson's Harley Quinn. I wish that'd be great. What's up, B-Man Bray? Yeah, there are limitations in animation, I agree, but I feel like they need to realize that they can do like Under the Red Hood and not try to imitate the art every time, because there are some times where it's like you don't need to imitate the art. I feel like the Dark Knight Returns animation was better than Frank Miller's art. Woody would be a cool Cobblepot, maybe, but I don't know how his like British accent would be, and he looks nothing like him. What's up, Shadow of Batman? But yeah, so I'm excited for the future of DC animated movies, considering we've got I think it's next year, we're getting that 2-part Death of Superman movie. Thank God. Do you see the first image of the new Death of Superman? That like read my mind right as I started talking about that. You said that. I haven't seen the image. There was an image released, or it tweeted at me. Tweeted at me because I haven't seen it yet. If there was anything released about Armor Series that needed an anime series done well. Well, we already got something in the like Arkham universe, which is a Suicide Squad movie, the animated Suicide Squad movie, which was good. I'd be down for another anime movie set in the Arkhamverse. That'd be good. Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick. The voice cast of this movie. They got Bruce Greenwood, who I think is the second best Batman, which obviously behind Kevin Conroy. But watching this movie, I realized I think that Bruce Greenwood is a better actor than Kevin Conroy. I like Kevin Conroy better as Batman. I think he's got a better voice, but I think Bruce Greenwood is a better actor than Kevin Conroy. Because like during that scene where like he's in Selina's bedroom and he's like looking out the window or whatever, and he's talking about his parents, that scene I felt like, man, that like he did a really good job of evoking emotion there. And I think he's a little bit of a better actor. Like not like leagues above, but I think he's a little bit of a better actor than Kevin Conroy. because there are some times where Kevin Conroy like is stiff and a little weird. Not all the time, but occasionally toward Bruce Greenwood, you don't really get that. Like that never happens with Bruce Greenwood. That's my thoughts on it. But I feel like Bruce Greenwood is the only like acceptable replacement for Kevin Conroy. Like if you can't get Kevin Conroy, you better get Bruce Greenwood. No one wants that one dude from the New 52 movies. That's so bad. I don't know why they got him. Yeah, he's such a great Batman. He was like, that's why Under the Red Hood is so amazing. Like, I mean, well, one of the many reasons why. If they had someone else other than Kevin Conroy or Bruce Greenwood for Under the Red Hood, it wouldn't have been as good. So it looks kind of bland. If I show it, you'd think it's from one of the other 52 movies because they use the same model for Superman. Just tweet it at me. I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. Be more funny, Plastic Man or Harley Quinn. Plastic Man, because Harley Quinn has just been awful. But yeah, I was really happy with Bruce Greenwood, and you know, they had like Grey Delisle, who's normally the voice for Catwoman, do the singing voice for Catwoman, but not actually play Catwoman. So I thought that was a little weird. They got someone new. The new lady who played Catwoman was good, but I thought it was a little odd. They're like, okay, we'll have Grey Delisle do the singing, but we'll have someone else actually voice her. I was like, okay, you don't have Twitter? Oh damn, we'll make a Twitter, man. Obscure DC character and or story would you want to see in an anime movie of? Jonah Hex. I want a Jonah Hex movie so bad. We got that like little 10-minute short from the DC's like whatever it's called, I don't remember, DC showcase. That was so good. Everything about it was great. I'd love to see more stuff like that. In fact, so I want to talk about real quick was you know, the city of Gotham that's represented here. We see like a little bit more of this in the New 52 All-Star Western, which is the Jonah Hex series, because he goes to Gotham in like the first couple volumes of that series. So if you want to see more of like old-timey Gotham, you can go read that series, and it's really good. So I would love to see that. To see Jonah Hex animated movie. I've seen the new Black Panther. Yes, I have. I've seen Black Panther. I liked it. I can talk about that real quick. I obviously won't spoil anything, so if you haven't seen it, you don't have to worry about it. But I can talk about that real quick if you guys want to talk about Black Panther. I thought it was good, not great. So basically there are... Yeah, that Jonah Hex movie with Megan Fox does. Oh my gosh. I've watched some of that when it came on TV, the original, that Jonah Hex movie that came out in like 2008. It's so bad. I haven't been able to sit through all of it. I watched some of it. Josh Brolin's not a bad pick for Jonah Hex either, but everything with it is so bad. And even the scar isn't done well either. Like, the scar looks off. And it's just, it's so bad. Like, I haven't even seen all of it. I've just watched part of it. So, but just like to this day, I haven't watched all of Superman Returns. I've watched most of it, but I haven't seen all of it because like I can't sit through it. Like I've only watched like when it comes on TV, I'll watch some of it, and then I'm like, okay, I can't watch the rest. It's so bad. That's how it is with Gen X. But yeah. Anyways, I was talking about Black Panther. So there are 3 tiers for MCU movies for me. There's bad MCU movies, which are just movies that like I didn't enjoy watching, and just not good movies. Then there are good MCU movies, which are like sort of like straight 7 out of 10 movies. They're good, they're fun, they're worth the price of admission. I enjoyed my time seeing them, but they didn't do anything special, and I'm probably not gonna watch it again unless like I'm over at someone's house or something, but I'm probably not like going to be like, man, I really want to watch that again. And then there's the great MCU movies, which is where like they're really good, they do something different or something better than the other movies, and I definitely will watch them multiple times, and I'll buy them on Blu-ray. Those are the 3 tiers for me for Marvel movies. I feel like Black Panther falls in the 2nd tier, to where it's like it's good, but I don't really have an urge to watch it again. It wasn't anything spectacular or amazing, but it definitely wasn't bad either. It was a good movie. The only thing I felt like that movie did spectacularly was Killmonger. I loved Killmonger. He is probably the best MCU villain we've gotten on the big screen, because Kingpin is still the best, but he's only in a TV show, and obviously a TV show villain should be better than a movie villain because you've got a whole season to make him better. So as far as the MCU movie villains on screen, Killmonger's probably the best, but granted, he doesn't have a whole lot to compete against because all MCU villains suck for the most part, but I did really like Killmonger. He was really good. Michael B. Jordan did a great job. I would love to see more of him. But yeah, besides that, I don't think they did like a whole lot great. What's your favorite Flash story, Dylan? I'm so for my favorite Flash story is Flash Rebirth. I haven't read a whole lot of Flash though, but Flash is my favorite. It's my favorite Flash story. Have you read Secret Empire? No, I've not. Oh yeah, Marvel's been kicking DC's movie. Kicking DC's ass in the movies. Can you rank 3 Captain America movies? Civil War #1. Winter Soldier number 2, and then First Avenger number 3. Yeah, Killmonger was great. But yeah, that's how I feel about Black Panther. I liked it. It's fun. It's definitely overhyped, but I don't think it did anything like that great besides Killmonger. Everything else in the movie was just kind of like standard, like good MCU. I felt the same way about a lot of movies last year. Like Logan, Wonder Woman, and Thor Ragnarok were all movies that I enjoyed, but I didn't think were great. I didn't think any of them were like, oh, the most amazing comic movie like people had said. I was like, oh, I like them, but I don't love these movies. Like, in my opinion, Homecoming was the only, like, great comic book movie from last year. We had a lot of good ones, but Homecoming was, like, the only great one. Mark Waid's Flash run is great, and so is Shift Runs. Yeah, I've heard Mark Waid's is really good. Old Mark Waid before he went senile. I've read Daredevil Born Again. Yes, it's on the bookshelf back there. That's one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. It's so good. I love Daredevil Reborn. That's one of those books that I actually always called like Daredevil Rebirth because I just forget. But it's one of those books where even if you're not a Daredevil fan, you should read it. It might get you into Daredevil, and it's the best work from Frank Miller. Frank Miller has done a lot of good things, but that is by far his best work. Man, baby devilish. Mark Waid is like, I don't know. He did some really good stuff. Like he did some really cool stuff on Daredevil. He did Superman Birthright. He did Kingdom Come. And the Flash run you guys are talking about, he's done a lot of good stuff. And then now he's like, you see Mark Waid on a book and you should be excited, but you're not. Like that last issue of Captain America was so just like subpar and disappointing. Like, oh, Captain America wakes up in the future where it's like Trump is one and his evil people. And it's like, I don't, like, this is just so boring. It was so bad. It's like Captain America teams up with big buff woman to fight Trump, basically. I was like, I don't really care. Who asked for this book to where normal, like, if this was 2008 and I saw Mark Waid on Captain America, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go. But now it's like, why is he on it? But, so the beginning of Mark Waid's Flash books are boring, but the ending is amazing. Okay, that's the first time I've heard anyone say anything bad about Mark Waid's Flash books. But, yeah. So Mark Waid right now is a little weird. It was so weird after he did that interview with Ethan Van Sciver, because I thought they had a good interview for the most part, besides the weird part where like Mark Waid was talking about how having a wife and a family is like a disadvantage, because Ethan Van Sciver was talking about how he like he gets hungry for work and he likes working and making money, and then Mark Waid's like, I'm not like you. I don't have a wife that I have to support. I'm free. I don't have to worry about that. So I was like, what? it was weird. But then after that, he went on like a meltdown on Twitter. It was like, never do a YouTube interview ever. They're the worst things. Don't do them. They'll ruin everything. I'm like, what is going on? The dude was weird. Do you play DC Universe Online? No, I used to forever ago, but it's really boring. Miss Batman Arkham vids. I might do like a month to where I replay all of them. Like I stream all of them. We'll see. But probably not going to start making videos on them again unless something big happens. That Rocksteady make another DC game? Yeah, that's been a new rumor like every month ever since Arkham Knight came out. It's always been Rocksteady's working on this game. It's a Superman game, it's a Flash game, it's a Suicide Squad game, it's another Batman game, it's Batman Damian game. Whoa, it's all this different stuff. It's annoying. So I haven't like reported on any of the rumors. I made like one video talking about it where I was like, yeah, these are just rumors. Stop acting like they're confirmed. Every read Batman vs. Snake Eyes #1. If Batman vs. Snake Eyes was an actual thing, I'd read it. I'd love to. The Rocksteady. Have you seen Black Lightning? No, I gave up on CW shows. I don't watch any CW shows. There's Mark Waid like he has a chip on his shoulder and it shows in his work. Yeah, I agree. He definitely does have a chip on his shoulder. It's weird. Which like he's done a lot of great stuff where you think he's earned it, but then he's backpedaled so much. It's weird. Yeah, play Overwatch Rainbow Six again. Probably play Rainbow Six again. I doubt Overwatch. Unless who knows though? Maybe. I mean, the EVS was weird. Like it seemed to go well. Then Waid seemed mad. Yeah, afterwards I thought everything went well. Then after the interview, he was like so angry, like on Twitter about the interview. I was like, what? It seemed like they had a good time talking for the most part. Besides that one weird part where he started talking about how like having a wife was like holding him down, which is weird. Why do you hate Aquaman? I don't hate Aquaman. I just never really got into Aquaman. Or quite act like such a wussy after the EVS interview. Agree. To get laid on the reg and have a loving family to support me. Pretty much. That's how it was. It was so weird. see, what country are you in? I'm in USA, man. Turn on Baron's Fanatic. It's Wally really becoming his own flash? Yeah, let's see. Like Lightning is surprisingly good, but the bar is really low. Yeah, the bar is really low with CW shows. But if it follows the CW formula, first season will be really good. Because if you look at Arrow season 1, really good. Flash season 1, really good. I haven't watched all of season 1 of Legends tomorrow, so I don't know. But then after that, like, dips. Like, season 2 of Arrow was still really good. Season 2 of Flash was just basically a repeat, except less interesting, so I gave up on it. And then by season 3, Black Lightning will be terrible. If it goes through the CW formula, season 1 will be really good. Season 2 will be okay, enough to like be like, okay, this show could get back to its former glory. And then season 3 will be awful. But yeah, I heard from the people that run my comic shop that it was good though. But I can't really tell. Like, the people that run my comic shop, like, they're really nice people, but they're also like really SJWs. Like, they even have stickers in there that talk, like, unironically talk about like the patriarchy and like and stuff in there. Like, I'm not even joking. In my comic shop, like, it's weird, but I don't really care because they're nice people and they run a good shop. It's just I don't get into that. Or Marvel's canceled their animated series because their animated series suck. We never get a gritty Marvel series. Oh, Marvel's animation's been bad for a long time. Spectacular Spider-Man was the peak of just amazing Marvel animation. And then it just all went downhill. I love it so much. I love Spectacular Spider-Man. I got the first 2 seasons, which are the only 2 seasons on Blu-ray. That was actually the whole reason I bought a Blu-ray player, because I couldn't find Spectacular Spider-Man season 1 and 2 on DVD. I'm not sure if season 2 ever came out on DVD, but it came out on Blu-ray. So I was like, okay, I'm buying a Blu-ray player purely because of this, because I want to rewatch the entire show. And that was why I bought a Blu-ray player, was because of Spectacular Spider-Man. And so I was so mad when that happened. And then after that, they tried to make Ultimate Spider-Man, which was awful. Now they're doing a new show that looks terrible. And their movies are like trying to be like the MCU, except for like 5-year-olds, and they're awful. Yeah. Are you looking forward to Young Justice TV show coming back? Yes, I'm excited. The only thing that's not exciting me is when they showed what's it called? When they showed the not the cast, but the cast of characters in the show. They're like, here's the characters in the new season of Young Justice. Like, no one got me excited. No one's like, oh man, I can't wait to see that character. I'm like, eh. But who knows? If the show's really good, they'll make you care about characters you didn't care about before. That shows like the mark of a great show. So we'll see. Yeah, CW shows are really mixed quality. Avengers Earth Minus Heroes was great. It was. I agree there. I love the whole Skrull story arc. It was really good. And Captain America in that show was just like peak Captain America. I loved Captain America in that show. But that show got canceled also, which sucked. That was during like when Marvel was actually killing it with their shows. And then we got this now. Watching this around 2014. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Sterling Evans. Man, I really appreciate it. You've been around for a long time. Here, Greg Eisman's planned after season 2 of Spectacular Spider-Man. No, I didn't. But they had so much great stuff set up. Like, that show had so many like complex storylines with like what was going on with Green Goblin and giving Harry a drug addiction in a kids TV show. Like, holy crap, it was so good. Then we'll get Frank Miller screenwriting. Just Frank Miller doesn't really write anything anymore. He writes like part of stuff like Dark Knight 3. They had Brian Azzarello basically write all of it with Frank Miller being like, yeah, do that or do that, because I think Frank Miller's brain is kind of gone. Yeah, I heard Young is supposed to be more adult this time around since it's on DC streaming shows. DC should get another network to make their TV shows like Amazon or. I agree that it should be hosted on something else. Like, I don't know how they'll be able to support themselves on just like their streaming service. I don't know if it has enough to get a bunch of people on it. Like, I'll obviously buy it. I'll pay for it, their streaming service. But I wish they would have done it through like Amazon Prime or Netflix. I think that would have been better than doing their own streaming service. Because Disney can do that because they have Star Wars. Because Disney's doing their own streaming service, but they can do that purely because of Star Wars. Disney can literally just have one show and have it be a Star Wars show, and it would sell itself. That's all I have to do is be like, hey, here's our new streaming service. It only has Star Wars, that pay $10 a month to watch it. And people will be like, okay, I'll do it because it's Star Wars. But DC, I don't know if they can do that unless the shows are like so damn good you have to. But we'll see. At least you're gonna. Marvel Spider-Man 2017 and Disney XD was just terrible. Yeah, all the Disney XD stuff since like Spectacular Spider-Man, Earth Minus Heroes was canceled. It's been terrible. See ya, Ben T. Thanks for stopping by, man. Playing on T Titans Go. Not very good. I hate that, like, they're just turning everything really kiddie. It's just, I hate that, like, that everything is doing that. They did it with Clone Wars, where Clone Wars was a show for, like, everyone. To where Rebels is a lot more a show aimed at little kids. Like, if you're not a little kid and you like it, that's great. I'm not doing a knock on you. I'm just saying the show is clearly now skewed a lot more for younger kids. Like, that is clear. And same with Teen Titans. It went from a show that was for everyone, where little kids and adults could enjoy, to being Teen Titans Go, where it's clearly more skewed for blah blah. Let's see. Another good Spider-Man show. I agree. Spider-Man's had a rough run in terms of TV shows. Dude's been at the top and fallen down to the bottom. Agreed there. The original 90s animated series for Spider-Man is really good. 200% chance of Waid coming back with his DC Rebirth suit and younger. I agree there. I wouldn't doubt us getting him back. Of course, we're going to get him back. Original Teen Titans. Young Justice. I like Young Justice better than the original Teen Titans show. Yeah, Star Wars Rebels ending this year, but then we'll get something worse to replace it. Thoughts on the Super Sons? I have read very little of the book, but from what I have read, it's really good. It's more of a money situation as to why, as it's the series is ending, I'm just going to collect them all in trades, because I heard Super Sons is really good. I would have collected, it's just more of like money situation to why I haven't. Okay, hold up. Sorry about that. Just turn this up for a second. Anyways, yeah, Super Sons. It sucks that it's being ended, but at the same time, at least collectible and trade. So it'd be a Superman show based off just on Superman run. Also, be written, directed, and acted by Joss Whedon. God, Joss Whedon acting. I don't know how that would go. I wish they'd do something off Jeff Johns Superman. I wish we would get Superman Legion of Superheroes movie, you know, the Jeff Johns book. We got the TV show, which I grew up on, I really liked, but I wish we'd get the movie. That'd be really cool. I think that'd be a great movie. Excited for the new Spider-Man game? It doesn't really look like it does anything different than the other games. That's the thing about the new Spider-Man game. I'm hoping it's good, but we'll see. Do you ever read certain comics based off certain United States? I think you enjoy them because they're written by Mark Millar and they're really good. Yes, I have. That was actually some of the first comics I read when I first started going to my comic shop, because I didn't know what to read, and so I went with what I was familiar with, which was Superman the Animated Series. I was like, oh, I know that, so I'll read some of that, and I did, and there was some really good stuff. It's way better than the TV show, because I wasn't a fan of Superman the Animated Series TV show. If you could live in the DC universe or Marvel and have to choose power from either universe, what would you choose? I feel like Luke Cage's powers would be pretty cool. I would like to have Luke Cage's power. Like unbreakable skin. That'd be pretty dope. I think Henry Cavill's Swan Song film should be based on Superman Legion of Superheroes. That'd be cool. I'm so thankful for the Wonder Woman movie, because of that movie being good, they won't scrap all the DC universe. That's the whole reason that they haven't scrapped it yet. If Wonder Woman was bad, DCEU would be over. It would have been scrapped by now. But because of that, we still get Henry Cavill as Superman, so I'm so thankful for that movie. What's up, Dynamite? I'm hoping it finally gets good, because I don't want them to cancel it. Mainly because of Henry Cavill. That's the whole reason I don't want them to cancel this universe. Because Henry Cavill is the perfect casting for Superman, and he loves his character, and he's great. And I don't want them to cancel it. I wonder if they do another Gotham County like series, but in Metropolis with the Super Sons. Maybe, I don't know. The Super Sons like what is it? Super Sons sales like really that bad? Oh, it's for the first time yesterday. What comics do you recommend for a beginner? It all depends what you want to get into. Like, I don't want to like recommend a book that's good, but it's for a character that you don't like. So it all depends like what character you're really looking forward to or what type of genre you're into, and then I could recommend some books. Because there's a lot of things I'd like to recommend, but it's like maybe you wouldn't be into that. What do you think of the Flash movie plot synopsis thing? It looked okay, guys. I haven't read anything of the Flash plot synopsis, so I don't know. Superman vs. Elite would be a great movie in the DCEU. Maybe. The anime movie wasn't bad. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. How was voice actress Catwoman got by Gaslight? She was good. Not as great. Not as good as Grey Delisle, but she's still good. I'm sure the DCEU because the cast is great. Minus Flash. Yeah, agreed. Flash is great besides Flash.
Around a cage.
Well, stream cameos everywhere right now. What are you doing? Just bring Captain on stream? Hello, Captain. Dog I'm watching for the weekend. Anyways, sales for Sons hit over 30,000. Why is it getting canceled? Had decent sales regarding the current state of the industry. It has to do with what Bendis is doing with Superman. Damn. That sucks. Bendis getting Super Sons canceled. Ezra Miller's Wally West, he may be decent, but it's just so annoying in Justice League. News in here about early cast for the Nightwing film. I saw him asking people who they'd want. Cast, wait, is that Robert? Yes, it is. Soundwave recognized you. Who knows it's you? The one person. That's right. What would you do if Superman was played by Nick Cage in the old movies? I don't know, man. Let's see, which Superman movie are you most hyped for? I can't wait for the new X-Men movie. For this year, it's between Infinity War and Deadpool 2. At first, it was easily Infinity War. I was so excited for that. What?
Get out the door. We're leaving.
Okay.
See you on Sunday.
Okay, see ya.
I put his stuff is right next to his cake, all Captain stuff.
Okay. Can you not shut the door? Robert, shut the door.
Bye, Captain Cam.
Oh, it's just me and two dogs. Anyways, what am I talking about? Okay, so initially going into this year, Infinity War was easily the most anticipated movie. And then the trailer for Deadpool 2 came out, and I saw Cable kicking ass, and Deadpool being Deadpool, and that's when I was like, okay, I don't know. They're like, it's just tied for my most anticipated comic movie of this year. I don't know which one I'm more hyped for. They both look so good. I'm also excited for Aquaman because of James Wan. James Wan made Star Trek interesting for me, which is hard to do because Star Trek is so boring to me. So James Wan is the main reason I'm excited. I'm excited for Aquaman. Also that, and I like Jason Momoa. There's the anime movies. I have fun stories, and I think the Superman Legion Superheroes arc would be cool. It would be cool. It'd be great for a anime movie. That's what I'm talking about. It'd be perfect. That's what I was talking about earlier. Do you ever read Superboy by Jeff Lemire? No, I haven't. I love Jeff Lemire now, though, so I might have to give it a shot. You streaming Arkham game tomorrow? I work tomorrow, so probably not. George Jimenez should draw Nightwing after Superman gets canceled. I wish George, like that little cover that he did for Nightwing, like issue 27, I think it was, something like that, was so good. So a super complex one, that's really good. Yeah. So why isn't CJ in it? Yeah, that line was great, throwing shade at Justice League. Like it was so good how that trailer was done. It was literally a perfect trailer. It's great. I'm cautiously excited about Juan's Aquaman. Yeah, that's how I am with anything from the DCEU. Is cautiously excited. But I think James Wan knows what he's doing. Even after Justice League came out, like he was tweeting, he's like, "Don't worry, there won't be any stupid air bubbles to talk in my movie." Because everyone was like, "Is every time they talk, are they gonna do a stupid little air bubble? Because if so, that's gonna be awful, like they did in Justice League." It's probably gonna leave DCU. So recasting and just bringing Nightwing. The only thing that sucks about that, bringing in Nightwing instead of just recasting Batman, is the fact that we'll get like one movie with Nightwing and then he'll be Batman. Like no more Nightwing. That's what sucks about that. Like that really sucked. What happened to Harvey and Gotham by Gaslight? He's still DA. I got nice people in this stream are talking about the books, and I'm the 1% of them who is. Who's directing Shazam again? I can't remember who's directing Shazam. I know Zachary Levi is Shazam, and The Rock has been Black Adam for 1,000 years, but who's directing Shazam again? I can't remember. Yeah, the air bubble part was awful in Justice League. Bat dick. I mean, if they did Black Mirror, I've said this a million times before. Get David Fincher to direct Black Mirror, and you automatically have the best Batman movie ever made. You know how awesome that would be for David Fincher to direct Black Mirror with Dick Grayson as Batman. Oh my, that would. Oh, everyone would be like, okay, MCU, you have just been murdered. We've got the new Dark Knight. Like that'd be so good. Yeah, if Affleck leaves, that sucks. But he's gonna leave. He has not been happy since like day one. Director of Animal Creations directing it. Oh, okay. I never saw any of those movies. I'm not like horror movies don't interest me that much, especially like the paranormal ones. It's like there's so many of them. They all look the same. Like I just never got into them. What if they'll do a movie on the origins of Jim Gordon? I mean, you mean year one? Yes, to enter Black Mirror. Yes, that's what I've said it a million times. Because here was like my pitches for the DCEU I've talked about before, where I was like, I wanted a Nightwing movie. Captain's eating Abby's food, but anyways, I want a Nightwing movie to be directed by. What am I talking about? Black Mirror for David Fincher, and then a Nightwing movie to be directed by Guy Ritchie. I want a Guy Ritchie Nightwing movie, but obviously they both would be Dick Grayson. But I wanted, when Nightwing came in, I wanted to be Guy Ritchie because I think his style and his tone would fit perfectly. And then when he moves on to Batman, get David Fincher. Fincher would be. David Fincher to direct a Black Mirror movie would be great. I don't know about Black Mirror film release today. We're a huge Black Mirror Netflix show fan when it comes out. Disappointed. If I can make my own Batman book, what would it be? I don't know. Like, that's one of those things where I have to think about a lot. Not even still alive in DC because I saw his grave in BVS. Yeah, he's still alive. DC, like, no matter what happened in BVS, the DCU is acting like it never happened. Like, if you watch Justice League, you're like, no. No, they'll still get Guy Ritchie. They still love Guy Ritchie, even though that was a complete failure. But right now, he's working. He's not going to be doing a movie for like another couple of years because he's doing Aladdin. Because Disney got him for Aladdin, that's going to take him a couple of years, which sucks. Really sucks that that's happening. Man, WB still likes him. And that's one failure. If you compare that to Zack Snyder, who had how many failures prior to him actually getting fired? Affleck's happy to be Batman till the backlash be this, and he slowly got tired. Everyone asking him about it and the pressure. Yeah. Also, a big part of it was the fact that he had no escape with his movie because his movie apparently sucked. That what was it? That like noir gangster movie. Everyone was talking about how that movie sucked. So that I think was a big like step down from him, and he might have blamed Batman for that. He might have been like, "Well, I didn't have enough time because all the Batman stuff, so I don't have enough time to make my own personal movies." Blah blah. Wasn't Sherlock Holmes 3 releasing next year. We never got anything confirmed for that. Just there were talks for it, like Robert Downey Jr., Guy Ritchie, and Jude Law were all talking about it. Batman villain would you like to see in a movie besides Joker? I'd love to see Riddler. I really want Riddler. Or Hush. Riddler or Hush. The problem with taking Batman in movies, there's too much to cover. At least if it's part of the continuity. Yeah, there's a lot to cover. Live by Night. Yeah, that's it. But movie Deathstroke and Red Hood team up would be cool, but I know it won't happen because they have different MO. Yeah, I wouldn't really want Deathstroke and Red Hood to team up. Jeff Johns and David Gordon, JS Aaron. No, I haven't. Why have you not read Batman Long Halloween? I have. I own it on Comixology. Would Superman look good in a beanie? Did we see him in a beanie in American Alien? I don't know if we did. What do you think of Old Man Hawkeye? Old Man Hawkeye is by far the best Marvel series right now. It's so good. I love Old Man Hawkeye. I was gonna watch the Tick on Amazon. I watched the first episode. It was alright. Arkham Knight and the Bat movie where Jason dies would be awesome. Arkham Knight's story was literally just a worse version of Under the Red Hood. There's no reason to do Arkham Knight as a movie. There's just not any reason to. But yeah, we're approaching an hour here. So what I want to ask you guys is, what are some suggestions? We'll be a Black Panther stream in a few weeks, maybe. Beanie is a deal head where I got my friggin' Superman beanie right here. Yeah, look at that, it's so amazing. But what are your thoughts about White Knight? Haven't read it yet. I'm waiting for trade because I didn't get to like my local comic shop and start like a pull list and everything until way after the series had started, so it's too late. So I'm just gonna read it and trade. Anyways, what comics would you like to talk about next week? Like this week we talked about mainly Gotham by Gaslight in the movie. What are some comics? Because I'm gonna take like maybe 3 suggestions from you guys, make a poll on Twitter, and then have everyone vote on it. So what are some comics that you guys would want to talk about next week? What's something you really wanna discuss? No, Danny, it's my beanie. So what's some comics you would wanna? Never mind, don't. What are some? Talk about Flash Born to Run. Okay, any other suggestions? Because I'm gonna make a poll on Twitter. Jay Heaven's Ladder. Okay. Anything else? Just whatever suggestions. Birthright. Okay. Hush. Someone just something I could read a summary of. I mean, one of these days, Soundwave will do a G.I. Joe one. We'll talk about G.I. Joe. What score did I give Justice League? I don't remember if I gave it a score. Probably give it like a 7.5 or something. Because every scene with Superman was great. Besides that movie was but every scene with Superman was amazing. Do a non-Batman book. Watchmen. Oh god, I don't know about Watchmen. I don't feel like rereading all of Watchmen right now. Punisher, welcome back, Frank. Okay, maybe. Watchmen would have to be like later on in the future because they'll read all that again. Like Watchmen's a good book, but it's kind of a chore to go through. New Superheroes Great Darkness Saga. Batman Death of the Family. God, just put in whatever you guys are Doomsday Clock. We'll do a stream about Doomsday Clock later on. Best Wolverine books. Maybe. Could maybe just talk about Best Wolverine books. Because once the stream is over, I'll go through these comments. I'll take some of these and I'll put like 3 or 4 of them on Twitter as a poll. And my Twitter's in the description, by the way. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter yet, just go follow me on Twitter. But anyways, so that's in the description. So that way, it's not just me choosing one. Because I chose Gotham by Gaslight because I thought it'd be fun to talk about. But for this, Up, and Away, okay, maybe. But for this, you guys can vote on it. So that way you guys decide. I'll just take suggestions from you guys, put like 3 or 4 of them up on Twitter, make a poll, and you guys be like, I want to talk about this one. Are you up to date on Deathstroke Rebirth? No, but I've got the first 3 volumes and I'm rereading them right now. And I'm going through it. I'm going to probably make a video on it. I've got... I just reread the first volume. I got the other 2. Where are they? They're somewhere down here. Yeah, here they are. I got the first volume on my bookshelf because I just finished rereading it. But I got the other 2 volumes of Deathstroke Rebirth right here because I'm going to be making a video talking about Deathstroke and why I'm not the biggest fan of the current run. Let's see. Punisher Born. Probably the shortest comic out. It is really short. All-Star Batman Robin. Oh, that'd be fun. Stuff. Up, and Away. Okay. Green Arrow Rebirth. Punisher the Platoon, perhaps. That was a great read. Okay. Let's see. Green Arrow Rebirth. You didn't have to be more specific than Green Arrow Rebirth. You have to... like, what volume? Unless, like, the first volume is just called Rebirth, which I don't think it is. Oh god, Star Wars Force Awakens, a comic novelization. No, Danny, never. We'll eventually probably do a Star Wars stream talking about stuff. Well, streams I want to do in the future definitely are talk about G.I. Joe comics, because I think that'd be fun. And I know Soundwave can actually talk about that and not have to read a summarization. The Black Canary 52 book. Oof. Never even read that. If you want to do a bad book, just search up books by Frank Miller. Well, someone already suggested All-Star Batman Robin, which could be fun. Like, I'm probably gonna put that in the poll. Winter Soldier? Okay, maybe Winter Soldier. But that would be fun to talk about All-Star Batman Robin because it's so bad. It's good. Heart of Darkness, look at the art. You'll want to pull your eyes out. I've never been a big Transformers fan. Nevertheless one with awful art. Red Hood and Outlaws. Maybe. So yeah, anyways. Last call. I was gonna sit here for like another minute. You guys suggest whatever you want, just like 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So just tell me what specifically would you guys want to talk about next week? Like what kind of because these streams, the plan is to always just like have something central to talk about, and then obviously like just free flow with the rest of it. Just talk about whatever you guys bring up in the chat or what happened that week, like we did here. For like Gotham by Gaslight was the main topic, but then surrounding it was just like the comic stuff that happened this week, like Nightwing getting a new writer and like Marvel restarting, and we talked about Black Panther a bit, stuff like that. But anyways, I got some doggos I gotta watch, so I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you to everyone who showed up. I'll make sure, again, link in the description of my Twitter, that's where the vote will be going on for whatever book we're gonna be talking about. So Mein Kampf comic novelization, oh god. But anyways, that's what we're gonna be talking about. Well, whatever like you guys end up voting on the most. So anyways, hope you guys had fun on the stream. I know I did. And I'll let you guys know probably Monday on Twitter when the next stream will be. I think next week, let's see, next Friday, I think, yeah, I'm going to be at Emerald City Comic Con. So it won't be on Friday. It'll be on whatever other day I get off next week, because I'm gonna have Friday off for Emerald City Comic Con. I don't know what the other day is, so it might be earlier in the week. I might stream on Tuesday or something. But on Twitter, I'll let you guys know like when the next stream's gonna be, because I don't know my exact schedule yet. Besides the fact that I have a Friday for what's it called, for Emerald City Comic Con. Anyways, again, thank you guys for showing up stream. I'll see you guys later. Peace.